Trey is with us in Georgia. What are you thankful for, Trey?
Well, first, I'm thankful for my health, and I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of my family here to be able to celebrate with them. So that I'm also thankful for all the active military members that are not able to be with their parents and fighting for our freedom. So,
amen. Cool. How can I help today?
So I had a question about my vehicle. I'm trying to figure out what you thought I should do. I'm on baby step number 2. Just paid off my first credit card.
Good.
And my car is the last thing in my debt snowball. Unfortunately, because of a lot of stupid decisions I made prior, I'm stuck with a high payment, about $10,000 in negative equity. And I'm trying to figure out if I should just start paying down the negative equity as quickly as possible, or just keep going the debt snowball as I usually would.
Okay. What do you owe on the car total?
Just about $30,000 and change, about $30,500, I think.
So you think it's worth around 20?
Around 20, yeah.
Why do you think that?
Blue Book,
Kelley Blue Book, okay.
Kelley Blue Book is a private sale. It's about $20,000 and some change.
Perfect. Okay. And so you rolled negative equity into that deal probably from your last deal, right?
Right. I bought a car. I had a 4Runner that I had no payment on, which obviously I should have kept. But I bought a Jeep, and it turned out to be a Lemon, and it was out of warranty, and I had to put a new engine in it. So that obviously got put on credit cards because I didn't have the money. Trickle effect there. So my mechanic, who's a very trusted advisor, close family friend of ours, said, you need to get rid of this car. It's going to keep giving you issues. So I did all I needed to do was take it in and trade it.
But my point is that you rolled a negative equity from the last car into this. This car hadn't dropped $10,000 in value by itself.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So what's your household income?
My base salary is $53 gross. But then I also have a side hustle where I make about $800 a month.
Okay. So what's your household income? That make it about $65,000 a year. Are you married?
Right, and that's no, I'm single, no kids.
Okay, so you got $65,000 a year. You have a $30,000 car note on a $20,000 car. Okay, couple of rules of thumb that I use. Rule of thumb number 1 is even if they're all paid for, don't own vehicles, things with motors and wheels all added together, including your freaking lawnmower, all of it added together, should not be more than half your annual income because things with motors and wheels go down in value rapidly, okay, as you have discovered. Now, the second rule of thumb I use is, can you be debt-free in 2 years other than your home and keep this car? So you have $30,000 owed on the car. What other debts do you have? What's the total of your debt?
Right now, as I sit, it's about $111,525.
Okay. You need to sell the car because the car is $20,000 of your debt on 111, and you make $65,000 a year. You need to be driving a $2,000 car while you clean this mess up.
Right.
And that means you're going to have to borrow the difference, that $10,000. Who is the loan with on the 30?
Toyota Finance.
Okay. They're going to be no help at all. So you're going to talk to your local credit union, your small town bank, somebody that you can actually sit in front of and explain to them this situation. Is your credit trashed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That's going to make this very difficult. But as soon as you can get this car sold by borrowing $10,000 and getting rid of this payment and having a payment on $10,000 instead of a payment on $30,000, that's going to help you towards being debt-free inside of 2 years. The car itself does not violate the half of your annual income because $20,000 value is less than half of $65,000. But it is a big chunk of your debt. It is a big mess. It is a high interest rate. And they have taken you to town, brother, and you're going to have to cut them loose. So I would go borrow the $10,000, and I would get the car sold if there's any way that you can do that reasonably. If you can't, then you're going to pay payments on it for a while you work your debt snowball. until you can get to it. And when you can get the payment, when you can get the negative equity reduced, then you can sell it. If you can't borrow the difference, you probably can borrow the difference. It's probably going to take some work, but getting out of debt takes work, and cleaning up past sins that we all have takes work. It's a hard thing to go back and, clean up a mess that you have made, and that's what you've done here. So, yeah, I'm sorry, man, you are really in a pickle, but you're really going to have to work to get out of it, and otherwise it's going to, you're just going to wallow in this mess forever, and we certainly don't want that.